So you know you want to take family photos, but you don't know where to take them? Don't worry, I got you. Here are my best tips to help you choose a location that makes your photos look great and helps you feel at ease and confident in your choice. First, we're gonna start with your family's vibe. What do you guys like? Are you cozy and intimate? Are you playful and wild? Do you like to be outside? Do you like nature? If your family likes to be outdoors, you can go somewhere like a tall grass prairie like we have here in Kansas. It's going to make you feel right in your element, literally, because you're surrounded by earth and sky and wind. It's awesome. And it's going to make you come alive for your photos. Maybe you're homebodies and you love to snuggle on the couch and be cozy. That's awesome because it's going to make you feel like you are yourselves in the highest degree. Let your vibe be your guide when it comes to the setting. 2, decide between an outdoor or an indoor setting. Outdoor sessions are dreamy and can make things look absolutely magical. If you decide to do your photos outdoors, you can take advantage of golden hour. You can get that dreamy light that you see in so many photos. You can go to an incredible nature location. I myself was never really that much of an outdoorsy person growing up, but photography helps me become one. I learned to appreciate the way light transforms the world, illuminating the trees and casting those magical lens flares we all love. Combining my appreciation for nature and the understanding of light with the people I love most in the world in a photograph just makes sense. While I could really go either way when it comes to locations, having photos outdoors combines majesty and moments in the happiest way. The biggest drawback with doing photos outdoors is that, well, you are in nature, and so you are at the mercy of the elements. If there's wind, if there's bad weather, if it's too hot or too cold, you have to deal with that and possibly reschedule. And your kids might not like the nature either. They might love it, but they might find they don't like the pokey grass on their feet, or they want to eat the rocks or something. Anything can go wrong. The outdoors has a high potential for bad things. If you choose an indoor or an in-home session, the best part is that you feel so comfortable because it is your home. And you can't really go wrong with that. You're going to be yourselves probably in the most honest and genuine way, and your photographer is just going to feel like a guest at your house. The biggest drawback is it can be harder to find good light when you're shooting inside of your house, and you might find that you need to tidy or clean more on top of getting your family ready for photos. So that could be a major drawback if you don't want to be extra stressed with that element before your photo session. You might be surprised though, a good photographer might be able to do most of their photos in a small location in your home, and you don't have to clean the entire house, just one section. 3, sentiment wins every time. So don't overlook significant places. Think about places that might be important to you and your significant other, like perhaps you went to a park on your first date and you want to bring your family there now. Or maybe grandma has an incredible garden and you want to do family photos in that garden where they ate sun-warmed cucumbers or something. There could be many places that hold meaning to you as a family or maybe to your history as a couple, and you could translate that into your family session. The emotions that you already have about that space are going to translate through into your photos and make them that much more meaningful. 4, consider the light. We photographers are obsessed with light, and for good reason. I have seen lighting transform a space from something very basic to something incredible. I've seen bare bones locations transformed once golden hour starts. Why is that? Well, the sun is setting lower in the sky, making the shadows softer, and allowing the light to hit your subject at a more flattering angle. Getting this shot of the light coming through the trees isn't very possible when the sun is directly overhead. Not only that, but as the sun sets, the intensity or brightness of the light lessens, making it softer on the eye and giving it that golden hue. Same goes for the light highlighting my bonus daughter's hair here. This kind of backlighting isn't possible when the sun is above you. It must be behind your subject. Maybe you can't take photos during golden hour though, and that's okay. You could have work schedules or after school activities, or maybe your kids nap or need to go to bed during that time, and they will be crazy if you do photos during that hour. That's fine, because a good photographer is able to find good light anywhere. So maybe you like open shade, or you can find an area that has cover from the sun during a different time of day, or it's just a little earlier, it's not as golden, but it will still be bright and pretty. There are a lot of options that you can work with, but it's important that no matter what, you talk to your photographer and make sure that you're choosing a location that works good for the light, depending on the time of day that you're wanting to take the photos. I think this is an area that if you communicate well with your photographer and you get on the same page, you can help control the way that your photos are going to look in the end. Now, if it ends up being overcast, it doesn't really matter. My only suggestion for that is to shoot a little bit earlier than you planned, because it will be darker at the sunset time than it normally would. 5, logistics matter. So at this point, you might be feeling a little decision fatigue, because we talked about a lot of variables that come into account when you are choosing a location. But this one does matter, and you want to make sure you consider it. So you want to consider a few things like drive time, how long it will take you to get to the session, if that means you are going to have to take off work earlier than you expected, or your kids are going to be really upset because you're going to arrive and they're going to be hungry because you've been in the car forever and it's around dinner time. There are a lot of variables when it comes to the distance from you and your session location. You also want to consider if there are bathrooms nearby. Maybe you're potty training or you're pregnant and you're going to need close access to a toilet. I know I struggled with that as a photographer at some of my locations because I needed to use the bathroom more than normal, and there weren't always good options around. A final factor is accessibility. So whether your kids don't want to walk super far, or someone in your party just doesn't move very well and can't handle rough terrain or going up or downhill, that's something you want to consider. If you have to walk a longer distance from your parking spot, for example, and that would be hard for them, you want to think about that when you are choosing your location. All this means that you're going to be more relaxed upon arrival, and your session will flow that much better. This is a location that I love here in Manhattan, Kansas. That's a fantastic, accessible location. It has sidewalks that are wide enough for a wheelchair, and the paths are smooth and flat in case someone is a little unstable on their feet. The best part? The path leads right to an incredible sunset view, making it a great option for family photos. So when you're choosing a location, ask yourself, does this location feel like us? And since moments matter, are we going to feel like ourselves and less stressed at this location? What place will make these photos more memorable? Whatever you choose, it's the photographer's job to make the photos look beautiful. There's never a perfect location anyway. What matters the most is bringing the love that you share as a family. So if you found this video, please give it a thumbs up, like it. If you have any thoughts on this topic, comment below and we can get a conversation started. And if you like this channel, subscribe to see more of my content. In the next video, we're going to talk about why family photos matter and how to make them into a tradition. See you then.